Hey, Mike Callahan back again with the Simple Growth Certified Advisor Facebook Live, how to implement certain tasks in your business in Service Autopilot. Had a comment and question that was submitted on the SA Service Autopilot forum in Facebook, how to use SA forms to track where the clients are coming from, and additionally, how to track the conversion cost per lead source. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to dive into SA and show you how to set up different lead sources, how to implement different forms to track each lead source separately for each type of form. And then I'm going to go in and show you actually how to run a report to get all your different lead sources, whether it's Facebook, Craigslist, wherever you're online doing these things. We're going to show you how to set that up in a report so we can see how many people actually hit the form, request an estimate, what the cost of the advertising was, as well as the conversion cost. So first thing we're going to look at here is, swing over here, is under CRM settings when we're in Service Autopilot. So CRM settings, we're going to want to go in and set up the client lead source. So this is the foundation. We want to list all of the different advertising and things that we're doing. So one of the options here was EDDM, Every Georgia Rec. We've got door hangers, customer referral, job applicant. Maybe somebody referred, one of our employees referred someone out. So I'm going to show you how to set this up. We're going to hit add source, go in and type the name. I'm going to put test source here. You can add a code in and it's active. So one thing that a lot of people don't realize when you're doing this is we can actually go in and update campaigns throughout the year. So if we're getting into the spring season or we're going into upsell season, we're running Facebook ads, we'll go in and hit add campaign, and let's just say it's going to start today on the 20th and end the end of the month on the 30th. So let's just say we were doing 20,000 flyers. We put distribution amount and total expense. Let's say it was $5,000. And maybe this is an upsell opportunity or not, so we can click upsell. So we can track the length of each campaign, how many distribution total things we actually stuck out, and the total expense. I haven't tried it, but I think it would actually be pretty advantageous for distribution quantity for tying that into Facebook ads for the amount of people that actually either clicked and engaged on the ad or did something, whether depending on your lead source tracking or conversion. So that may be also a great way of doing that as well. So we can update these continually here. And then we've got the sources. So that's the foundation of what we need to track first for the different client lead sources. So for your homework, if you're doing this, if you haven't done this, go into CRM settings, client sources, and we want to set up all your client sources. And every time we run a campaign, we want to update that. So the next thing we're going to do is, the question was, how do we do this in forms to actually track each lead source and track it? So under CRM forms, this is what the screen we get. We hit add a form. I'm going to show you this right from the beginning in a real generic way. Best practice, if you've got multiple online places you're going, so maybe you're looking on Facebook, maybe you've got a landing page, maybe you have Craigslist, whatever those online mediums are, my suggestion is create a separate form or landing page with a different lead source tracking, so you can track them specifically. And if you're running specific Facebook ads, create separate forms for each campaign so we know exactly what the conversion rate and the cost per acquired customer is. And I'll show you how to run a report at the end. So what we're going to do here is actually build out the form. And we are going to go in and put the required fields. So required fields to capture a lead is first name, last name, and email. If you want to make them a client, you need first name, last name, service address for bare minimals. So best lead conversion, in my opinion, is going in to get their first name, last name, and email address, especially if you're doing something like a lead magnet. So how you're going to do that is go in and do name under advanced, and let's say we're just doing this for lead email. Now, once you do this, it's not intuitive. So once you have first name, last name, and email, the system does not automatically map that back to where it should be to create a form that is going to automatically take the entry off the web and put it into Service Autopilot with no double entry. So you want to go into form settings and click on name here, and we're going to go in and map to client name first last. So that's going to automatically link that in, so it goes in and enters that into Service Autopilot. Next thing we're going to go is email. And we're going to link that back to custom field. I'm sorry, actually, we're going to link that back right to client's email. I got a little ahead of myself. Now, when we go back to form settings, we're probably going to go in and create some ads and fields. So maybe we'll do check boxes. And maybe they're interested in requesting an estimate. So we're going to put this in real generic. And under selection, we could do lawn mowing or home cleaning. My buddy Cody Stickle, if he's watching, I think he actually covers both those services. So big shout out to Cody. He's killing it over there with some of the stuff he's doing with the SA forms and tightening those up with some HTML code. So if you haven't seen him, check that out as well. So we're going to go back to form settings now so you kind of get the idea. And we are going to go to auto approve, create on submit. So that's going to allow no double entry and get them into Service Autopilot. And we're going to create a lead or update a lead there. And now when we go source on submit, this is going to track the source of where they came from. So this is why it's important if you're doing Facebook ads, maybe client source is Facebook ad, June 20th, 2018, upsell, whatever that is, spell that out, and then we can track it separately. So if we go in, that's lead client, we've got it right there. Now that's the source. And then that is going to be able to get all the information and track the source on submit. So it's going to track that lead source. But we've got a whole bunch of different examples here that I can show you as well. If I can get this to refresh. So custom referral, door hanger, EDM, all the ones I showed you before, they're all in there. So if we said, okay, maybe this is an every door direct mailing, we had a special landing page we're driving them to, this is how we're going to be able to track where they came from. So now once we have these separate forms that are tracking each lead source, we're going to go into view reports. So under CRM settings or CRM reports, once this loads, we're going to go in and go to client source campaigns. This is my test account for Simple Growth, so I really don't have much data in here to show you, but I can show you what it looks like. So it's going to have your source, the start, end of the campaign that was under the service level, the distribution quantity, and the expense. Then we're going to have the responses, the average cost per lead, the total sales, conversion rate, and the cost per sale. So if you've been to any of the SA regional events where Jonathan Potoshnik and I talk about going out and casting that digital net and going in and getting the mass amount of the quantity of new clients and then going in through everything like door hangers and 9-arounds for your offline marketing to build density. This is a great roadmap now. So you'll know historically, on average, if I put 20,000 door hangers out, how many customers are going to call, how many customers become customers, or how many leads become customers, and the cost, the total cost of the marketing, and the cost per converted customer. So, and then we can also dial in for cancellations and the average retention days. So this is going to also give you some hints of your average lifetime value for certain clients based on the lead source off the SA form. So if you have any questions or comments, either live or recorded, drop them. But wanted to go in and answer the question, how to go out and do different lead source tracking forms, how to do the entry into SA without any double entry, and then had lead source tracking for each type of source, and then the client source campaigns report to go in and find the cost per acquired customer, per marketing campaign, and how many people came in. So this will give you the analytics to go out and build your marketing budget the following year. So if you have any comments or questions, check it out. It's Wednesday this week. I'll probably do another Facebook Live to answer one of the questions submitted on the SA page on Friday this week as well. So till then, go out and crush your sales goals, and I will talk to you then.